Welcome to the Perla Bienestar podcast. Meet your host, Perla Puebla, nurse practitioner, healthcare advocate, and wellness enthusiast with over a decade of experience helping people feel their best. This podcast is your space for real, down-to-earth conversations about health, beauty, and everything in between. Get ready for tips and insights to take charge of your wellness journey. Let's dive in.
Hey, welcome back, guys. I had been off for a few weeks, went on vacation, and now getting back to this. Today, we are going to be talking about hot temperatures and preventing heat exhaustion in people with semaglutide. Many of you guys know that I work doing street medicine, providing healthcare for people experiencing homelessness. So in doing that type of work, we have to strategize and come up with a plan to best help our patients with death prevention, but also help our team to prevent any heat exhaustion, heat strokes. So I have talked to a lot of my patients and have a lot of anecdotal stories how being on semaglutide and the heat in the summer, they experience it differently. So I just wanted to touch base on that today so that you guys can be more prepared, have a strategy, and not become dehydrated or have any issues with the heat this summer here in Arizona. Okay, so in 2024, there was 602 deaths related to heat in Maricopa County, which is the first time it ever decreased since 2014. The year before that, in 2023, it was about 645 deaths. So just so you guys can get an idea of how important it is to really strategize and take the heat seriously. So being on semaglutide can definitely increase your risk for heat exhaustion. So heat exhaustion can be prolonged by, being exposed to the heat by a long time. It can cause dehydration. You have symptoms of like dizziness, fatigue, nausea, headache. You're sweating quite a bit. And how semaglutide increases the risk of heat exhaustion, it's like, let's say, dehydration. So semaglutide reduces the appetite and can also cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. So it reduces the appetite. Therefore, I find that a lot of my patients are not drinking enough water how they should. And we talk about this during our consults. We talk about the right amount of water they should be drinking already to help them with their weight loss journey. But even more so when there's, it's so hot outside and you are going to be sweating a lot more than you usually do. A lot of the patients don't feel hungry because of the semaglutide, so they also don't drink as much water. And, less food can also equals less salt or potassium and magnesium, which can cause electrolyte imbalances. The semaglutide can also cause fatigue, so low energy, especially if you're doing outdoor activities. You could feel fatigue already from semaglutide. And if you are going to exercise in the heat, you really have to be careful because there has been deaths related to people hiking, let's say in the summer. So we have to change our mentality and maybe do other things if that's what you like to do. So hydration is going to be very important. It all depends on your medical history and all of that. So do consult with your healthcare provider in regards to how much water you should be drinking. But usually we say about 100 ounces of water a day. I personally like to add sugar-free electrolyte packages. I like the liquid IV because I work outside. I have to do a liquid IV every day because that sodium helps me retain the water, and then I don't completely, pee it out. And I don't sweat it out all. The other thing that I do in the summer to help keep hydrated is I also reduce my caffeine intake because caffeine is a diuretic. It makes you pee out your fluid, and you don't want to be urinating your fluid when you're not even drinking enough or when you're sweating quite a bit. It's going to be important that you listen to your body. Don't ignore the signs. If you feel dizzy, fatigue, Make sure you are hydrating and resting. Like I said, of working on the streets for me, taking care of other people, I have to make sure that I take care of myself first, that I am taking enough breaks, drinking enough water, drinking the electrolytes, decreasing my caffeine, and taking those breaks from being outside, not for prolonged periods of time. It's going to be important for you to dress for the heat, so lightweight hats, sunglasses, sunscreen. It's also with being on semaglutide, again, it's going to be important what you are eating. You're going to be eating less, right? But it's going to be important that you are eating high nutritious foods, that these foods are good for you. They have enough protein, enough fiber. So semaglutide is a powerful tool. It requires attention to hydration, especially in the hot weather. It is a powerful tool to help us, reach our weight loss goals, to help us decrease inflammation. And there's so many benefits that it has, but we have to remember that, especially here in Phoenix, Arizona, that heat, we have to be intentional about keeping ourselves hydrated, because if we don't, on semaglutide, we can easily become dehydrated. And this is the same for tirzepatide, right? Because they're both GLP-1 medications, and they both have fairly the same amount of side effects. So this is not only semaglutide. If you're on tirzepatide, you should also be considering these things to keep yourself safe this summer here in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, if you guys have any questions at all, please let me know. If you guys have any suggestions about future podcasts, also let me know. I hope that you find this information helpful, and I will see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Perla Bienestar Center podcast, where your health and wellness comes first. Don't forget to subscribe, and for more information, find us on Instagram or visit us at perlacenter.com.